Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mom, for giving us time to make a presentation. This time, we from the Gundam group will present a presentation about saving with electric cars. So, about saving with electric cars. Before starting presentation, I will introduce the member consisting of five people. Okay, next slide. Okay, there are five people. I Introducing, my name is Muhammad Teguh Priyonggo and Nabil Al-Fatih, Sigit Yunianto, Putra Muhammad Rizki Agung, and Hafidzh Zaki Diyukha. Okay, next. Okay, electric cars. I will explain. In general, an electric car is vehicle that is fully or partially driven by a motor using electric gear in battery, and the battery of electric car can be recharged, so it's environmentally friendly and does not cause air pollution. Electric cars we are very popular in late 19th and early 20th centuries. With increasing advanced technology, electric cars are favored by the community because the increasingly technology sophisticated and easy to use electric cars in daily activities. In the comparison of NVTEX or benefit of electric cars in more from car in general that use gasoline. So many people in modern time are switching to electric cars. Okay. Well, my friend will explain. Okay, Nabil, please explain for next presentation.
Thank you, Teguh. I will next the presentation. Okay, next slide. About are electrical cars better for the environment? The major benefit of electrical cars is the contribution that they can make towards improving air quality in towns and cities. With no tailpipe, pure electrical cars produce no carbon dioxide emission when driving. This reduces air pollution considerably. Put simply, electrical cars give us cleaner streets, making our towns and cities a better place to be for pedestrians and cyclists. In over a year, just one electrical car on the road can save an average 1.5 million grams of carbon dioxide. That's the equivalent of the of four return flights from London to Barcelona. How does electrical cars production affect the environment? Making electrical cars does use a lot of energy. Even after taking battery manufacture into account, electric cars are still a greener option. This is because of the reduction in emission created over the car's lifetime. The emission created during the production of an electrical car tend to be higher than a conventional car. This is due to the manufacture of lithium-ion batteries, which are an essential part of an electrical car. More than a third of the lifetime carbon dioxide emission from an electrical car come from the energy used to make the car itself. As technology advantage, this is changing for the better. Reusing and recycling batteries is also a growing market. Research into the use of second-hand batteries is looking at ways to reuse batteries in new technologies such as electricity storage. One day we could all have batteries in our homes being used to store our own energy. Opportunities like this will reduce the lifetime environmental impact of battery manufacture. Okay, the next presentation will be Putra explain about electrical car maintenance.
Okay, thank you for them, Nabil. Electrical maintenance. 1. Number 1. Do radiator check regularly. One of the similarities between electric cars and internal combustion engine cars is that they both have radiators. Its function is also the same of a cooling component. To remember, electric cars also need to maintain though. their working temperature in order to function properly. Number 2. Use slow charging. Electric cars generally have a variety of charging modes. One example is a slow charging or fast charging. The selection of charging modes apparently also affects the condition and age of the battery used. The slow charging mode use alternate current (AC). Meanwhile, for fast charging it uses direct current (DC). Charging with slow charging model will indeed to longer until the battery is full charged, but this is a safer and recommended way because it will make the battery last longer. Therefore, it is good for use to do its daily use. Meanwhile, charging with fast mode and can be done when using public charging facilities. Number 3. Change speed reducer oil. Every electric car has an electric motor to generate the power needed to drive. The power must also channel it to the, to the wheels. Looking at the example Hyundai electric car, this is the speed reducer. This component uses several gears such a transmission. Therefore, lubricants are also needed to support its performance. However, the amount of lubricants needed is quite small, namely 1 liter. Interestingly, the lubricant is said to not require periodic replace. Number 4. Perform routine service. To perform electric cars maintenance, every owner is advised to visit an authorized repair shop. One of the reasons is because this kit or car is still a new thing in Indonesia. Therefore, it will be safer its treatment is carried out by someone who really understands. Just like a car with internal combustion engine, routine service is current to check important parts of the vehicle, but the difference is the routine does not need to be done often. Number 5. Check brake pans. Even though electric cars are equipped with advanced technologies, basic safety aspects still need to consider. In the case, the braking sector is one part that must be checked regularly. At every at every service visit to authorized workshop, this will be one of the measurements taken. Components that must be inspected or replaced when needed include fork and rear track brake lining. Number 6. Still charger even when not in use. When the car is not used for a long time, the battery should not be left empty. Charging must still be done so that battery always gets circulation. Batteries that are left empty until they run out or less below 10% will suffer damage more quickly. Many experts make an analogy: the maintenance an electric car is not much different from maintaining the condition of smartphone battery. Cannot be left Empathy, especially for a long time if you want to be durable. Number 7. Understand the with the book. The less electric car maintenance tips, owner and advice to understand the recommendation contained in the manual or owner's manual. This is because electric cars are practically new for the measure of use. There may be important aspects that are not known even to those who are familiar with four-wheel vehicle. Okay, next presentation will be continued by Sigit.
Okay, I will continue from Sigit. Solution for dealing with damage to electric cars and how to repair them. Possible damage to an electric cars and how to fix in an electric cars in should be definitely encounter and total death. Whatever it is when you want to use it or when you are afraid. Okay, next slide. Okay, I will explain what is the factor that cause a total electric car today. Okay, the first one, the front hood of the car is not tactically closed. Usually, this often happens when we are cleaning the car and then forget to close the hood. Second, the rear trunk or car is not closed properly. The same as the first point, to open the rear trunk on a car, usually every electric car must use a 12-volt low voltage electric car system to drive it. And the last one, the last is the car door, be it the front or rear door, just like the explanation in the first and the second point, because the anti-tire electric car system is the one is handled directly by 12-volt battery found in the car. Okay, next slide. Okay, here are some way to solve it. The problem solve it is have a tree. Okay, first the quickest step you can do is to jumper the battery. Uh, you don't have to jumper the battery with fellow electric cars. And second, next is you can change the 12-volt battery on your electric car. This is totally clear and don't be afraid on explosion or other danger. And the last one is the last advice we can give to replace the 12-volt battery in electric vehicles. If you think that replacing the battery will completely reset initially settings of the electric car. We don't think that's true. Okay, next. Uh,
Excuse me. The presentation will be
okay, Hafiz, can
read
continue.
by me or presented by me. Comparison of the advantage and disadvantage of using electric car. Environmentally friendly electric car are claimed to be environmentally friendly vehicle. This is because the vehicle speed mechanism is processed using electric power, so it doesn't
So it doesn't produce emission residue in the form of carbon dioxide and carbon illustration. Carbon illustration different from a gasoline or diesel fuel car. Of course, the residue from the combustion can pollute the air, and electric car don't make a pollution. Number two is the cabin is quieter. This is often a plus that the Indonesian people are looking for. The reason is a car with a quiet, calm cabin will add the comfortable in driving. Unlike the conventional car, which get a propulsion engine that can produce vibration that enter the cabin that make noise and make uncomfortable for driving. Number three, electric cars are claimed to save more money on vehicle maintenance costs. No need to bother for routine oil change spark plugs, replace coils, change radiator water, and don't bother going out of fuel. Routine electric car service visit consists only of mechanical checks and tire rotation, including spurring and balancing, changing the cabin air filter and wipe place, filling of water fluid, and another. And next slide. Next slide. Disadvantage or in Indonesian is kekurangan of using electric car. Disadvantage number one, there is not many car charging station. This is what makes Indonesian hesitate to ask for an electric car. The reason is that there are not yet widespread electric vehicle specific fueling station in Indonesia. Therefore, if you want to drive long distance, such as a road trip or touring, it'll be a burden on your mind. Fuel filling stations are only scattered and dominated at several malls in big city Indonesia, just like Jakarta, Tangerang, or the big city in Indonesia. Currently, the latest update explained that there are as many as 31 electric refueling stations spread throughout Indonesia. Number two, the price of the battery is expensive. In terms of maintenance, electric cars are superior to conventional cars because electric cars have minimal maintenance on a regular basis. But there is nightmare for electric car user when the electric power storage alias battery starts to fail, and then that's make trouble. If that happens, it will cost a lot of money. No, not to mention the availability of indented and unavailable part that required you to wait a long time in case of damage. So that makes you poor. Number three, charging takes a long time. This is also often a question for many people when they want to switch an environmentally friendly car, namely regarding the old charging case because the charging is done often takes a long time, which is certainly not efficient in terms of time. In contrast to conventional cars, which only take a minute to fill the fuel tank from zero to full, then the electric car weight one 1% to 100% battery that take a long time. That's all the presentation of our group. So the time I'll be back to Mr. Teguh. Mr. Teguh. Mas Teguh,
Okay, well, that's all from.
the president of the class. Thank you. Monggo Mas Teguh.
Okay, well, that's all from our the group. Thank you, Mom, for giving us the time and the place to make a presentation. That is all from the Gundam group. Thank you. Sorry if we said something wrong while doing the presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalam. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Mas Teguh.